Good morning. I am currently working, so excuse the bad angle. I don't have really anything to set my phone up, so you're propped up against my monitor, but I'm currently reading Powerless. Currently reading Powerless, so I figured I would do a little, because I haven't done a bookish video in a hot minute. So I figured I'd start this out with a little reading vlog, and I also want to talk about my May reads and my June reads too, and also kind of look at what I want to read for the summer, because I didn't do that at the beginning of this month, so that's okay. But I figured we'd do that. I am 60% in on Powerless. I've got about 3.5 hours left of reading time, it says on my Kindle. Man, it's getting good. I know I've mentioned it in another vlog, just like a regular weekly one, but like, it's good. I love the banter between them. That's really what gets me. And then it keeps you hooked. Like, I definitely see what some people say when they talk about it being just a giant mashup of different books or genres. I get that. Like, it's definitely like a 2 or 3 star book, which 3 is still good. 3 is like, it's still one that I'm enjoying, but little things kind of bump it up, like the banter and just like other little things. And I love how badass the female main character is, or the FMC is. So yeah, sorry, I'm still waking up. I'm still like working on my coffee, but man, I figured though, like I said, I just start out, do a little bit of reading vlog. And yeah. And again, sorry for the bad angle, but yeah, also, okay, you guys are gonna have to just deal with this awful angle. I'm at work. I don't have the tripod in here. I need to get something, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, I have you propped up under my monitor, so you're gonna have to deal with it. But I've been reading. I am still on Powerless, and I am now I'm 60% in. Oh my God. First off, also, potential spoilers. So like, fast forward a little bit, I don't know, we're a click away, but the trials. Oh my God. Every bit of it. Every bit of it. I about came undone. Again, spoilers. So just if you haven't read it, are you going? Cool. I about came undone when I thought Jax died. I could not believe it. And then she's back at her childhood home. It's so good so far. It's definitely, and maybe my opinion will change, but like the writing, like it's definitely like 3 stars, which is still good. Don't get me wrong. That does not mean it's a bad book. But I also keep in mind, she wrote this, I think when she was like 18 years old or something. Like, she was young. So pretty good. But I love Kai. God, excuse me, that coffee's coming up. I love Kai. Oh, and I love Kit. But I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious of Kit. There's something, I don't know. Something is just not sitting right with me. But it's been kind of chill. So, how do I go and break? Oh, I don't even know. Oh, I still have like 45 minutes. Man. Not even more than that. It's not until 10 o'clock. What the hell? Okay, then. Oh, my nose ring itches. Anyways. And then I am also reading 7 Year Slip. I had it going on audiobook and physical because it just kind of depended on what I was doing. And I just got to a good part where we kind of get some backstory on the apartment, and I thought that was really interesting. I think it's really cute, so. But I want to get this finished. It says I've got 3 hours and like 36 minutes left. So I'm hoping today I can, and then whenever, well, I think I'll have time whenever I'm off. Finally gonna fucking watch part 2 of Bridgerton. I still haven't watched it yet. I just keep getting busy and keep forgetting. So I'm gonna watch it either today, hopefully today, or at least start it, and then tomorrow. So yeah, but I am going to go read this because it's getting good. And then I want to get Powerful, the novella, and I've heard that it is, I heard it'll wreck you, so, but yeah, I'm gonna go read my book with my cute little stickers, and I will check back in with you guys later. I seriously have the best friend ever. She was off today, so she went and got scooters and asked if I wanted anything. Oh, the coconut one, man. It is seriously so good. So I'm excited. So that'll get me through the day. I probably won't do an iced coffee or anything, but we'll see. Depends on how tired I am. But I'm about to go on break and I'm going to read some more. So. Okay. I'm off work now. Excuse how I look. Oh man. I just got to the part the day after the party. And they're like waking up from like wherever they were dropped in the trial or whatever. And I love that the important message that Kai had to write on his arm was that she said, I could touch her when I'm sober. He's so cute. I'm obsessed with him. I love him so much. But I'm going to read a little bit more before I have to cook dinner and stuff. So let's just read. Okay, so it is the next day. Yes, I'm still in the same pajamas. Get over it. So I am now 76% through Powerless. It's too long. It's too long. I want to sit down after I'm done and yap about it because I have some thoughts. I'm going to see if Amber wants to be included. But I don't know. It says I have less than 2 hours left. So hopefully by the end of the day today, I can get this finished. So that's what we're going to do now. Okay. Still reading. I have an hour left. I was texting Amber and updating her where I'm at, and she says that shit's about to hit the fan. I have about an hour until a meeting. So it's possible if I don't get calls, but I figured I'd go ahead and start like recording maybe. I don't know, but I just got to the last trial. I'm going to try to save all my thoughts and we'll do a wrap up and we'll yap about it this weekend whenever I hop back onto video. But I definitely have some thoughts, so. Okay, I just got off. I just took the girls out or whatever. So now we are going to sit down before I have to clean and stuff, and we're gonna finish this book. I got some chips and salsa that I'm gonna snack on, and we're gonna finish it. Well, less than an hour. So this is definitely not the best angle, but my hair's falling. I gotta shower and wash it, but whatever. Anyways, let's read. And y'all just gonna have to ignore me munching, so. Okay. I'm getting to the part where they're about to get to the center of the maze. And apparently there's somebody you have to like in the middle. So. I'm literally putting my hand up so I don't like skim down on accident. Oh. Oh. Oh no. She doesn't have anyone else. Oh no. Y'all. Like, oh. And I still have 45 minutes of the book. I still have. Oh. I had to go text Amber. I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for that at all. Okay, so I just got home a few minutes ago from going out and doing some stuff today. I got me some chili cheese thoughts. So I figured we're gonna sit here and we're gonna yap about my recent read. I finished Powerless and I finished it yesterday. The second one, Reckless, comes out this month, I think. And there's a novella out. Y'all. Also, okay, I'll put it in the description and everything too, but spoilers. So if you have not read this, you're in the middle of reading it, whatever, do not watch this. Like, I'm going to go into detail. Or from, what I can. But it was a 2-star read for me. I'm going to give it 3 though, because I absolutely love Kai, who is the main male character. He definitely saved the story. I really like Peyton, the FMC, the main female girl. But at a certain point, she just really started fucking annoying me. Like, I don't know. I'm hoping, like, her character grows more. Like, it'll be, like, a situation like that. But it was not a good book. Like, it was not a good book at all. Also,
I know recently there's been some discourse about the author because she supports like AI art and everything like that. I only recently discovered this. And after finding that out and finishing and reading the book, it was very much giving, I wrote this using AI. She ripped off, I don't know if it was intentional, I don't know. She ripped off so many books and authors of their work. Literally at the end, at one part, is the last, so it's trials. So it literally was like Harry Potter meets Hunger Games and then like stuff pulled from other fantasy books. Because it's all about trials. Literally, the reaping, I'm pretty sure that's what they call it in Hunger Games. Like, it just, ugh. Anyways, the last trial. Oh, and in the first one, she gets a bow and arrow. She, like, okay, Katniss. Like, they literally have, like, their own little symbol, but it's, like, a diamond instead of, like, the 3. Anyways, the last trial, I literally started reading it, and I'm like, she literally took this scene from the Goblet of Fire, from Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. It literally was, it was the maze. They all get thrown in. They have to go to the center, and then whatever you have to do, like what's at the center. And in this case, it was like what was at the center. They had to like somebody, so it was a little different, but still, the maze moved like it did in Harry Potter. All of it. I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me. Literally, Kai runs into one of the other contestants and he shifted. Like, and a similar thing kind of happens in Harry Potter. It's a little bit different. He's like under a spell or something. But I was like, you have got to be kidding me. And then throughout it, they're having parties and balls and all this shit. And by the end of it, you don't find anything out. You get like a slight answer. It was so poorly done. I'm not the kind of reader, like I'm not a literary genius. I am not hardcore dissecting these books. I'm reading for vibes. I know what I like and I read what I like. That's why I usually give books some 3s. 3 is still a good book, but usually it's 4 or 5 stars because I know what I like. I'm going to read what I like. And this book was supposed to be a genre that I love fantasy. I am a fantasy girl. So for this to be so bad, and for me, I literally fell asleep reading it, y'all. In the middle of the day, I was that bored. It just goes on and on and on and on. And like, it was so fucking annoying. And Amber said the same thing. You could literally skim over the last chapters and you're fine. You're not missing anything. So it was a 13-hour read. Like, that's how long my Kindle estimated my time. 13 hours. I was like, this is some bullshit. And like, I want to read the novella, but I'm hesitant. Like, it just, I don't know. I'm like, is it going to read the same? Like, I was just very let down. I had to make sure I was recording still. I just was very let down. Like, because this book, it was kind of like ACOTAR and Fourth Wing. Like, it got a lot of hype. And I loved ACOTAR and Throne of Glass. I love Crescent City. I love Fourth Wing. I like Carval. Like, all these big fantasy books that got the hype. I felt like it was worth it. But this one just... It literally, like I said... Now, I know she wrote it when she was 18. But it is very much giving, I wrote with AI. And I'm like, it's no wonder you support it. And like, I understand writing a book is hard. Part of me wants to write my own book. I have like an idea and stuff. But like, brother, I was shocked. My flabbers were gasted. They were gasted. They really were. I'm gonna have to ask Amber her opinion on it too. Which I know actually said the same thing, but you know. And she is a lot more of a picky reader than well, okay, I don't want to say picky because she's not picky. Amber, I love you. I know you're not a picky reader. But Like, she needs something that really holds her attention more versus me, who is just like, oh, I'm out here reading pure smut sometimes. I'm just here for fun. Like, that's the kind of reader I am. I will still share in what I loved about it and stuff, but I'm not like looking for just these like literary masterpieces and works of art. That's just not who I am, and that's okay. Everybody is different. But for me, oh man, I got chili on my tank top. Anyways, for me to say it's a 2-star read, that says something. That says something. God, and also, because it's out now, I've never had an arc that I DNF'd. And I got my first one. I think the concept of the book was really good. It was supposed to be a sapphic, small town, like magic type story. Kind of like a mystery vibe to it and all that. Like, the idea of it was really, really good. I think I talked about it a little bit already in my vlog, but I know I want to talk about it more here. But I literally got, let me see how far I got into it. %. It's a 4-hour read. It's not super long. 11%, and I was like, I can't anymore. It just like, I don't know. Like, I think I mentioned it. God, I can't think. I'm getting a headache. It like at one point was like switching between perspectives in a single sentence. And again, I'm sorry if I talked about this already, but whatever. It would be like, I went to the kitchen and she put a pot of coffee on. Like, she's talking about herself, but it'd be like, I went to the kitchen and she put a pot of coffee on and she looked out the window and gazed. And when I got the coffee, like, it just swapped back and forth like that. And I'm like, what are we doing? And like, the writing is just, it's not very good. And again, I understand writing a book is hard. So I know, like, and this is a debut, like, novel. So, like, I understand, like, people will only get better. It just unfortunately wasn't for me. And I really, really hate that because I think it could have been good. It's just not there yet. I think it should have been worked on a little bit more before it released. And I'm not going to put the name of the book or anything because I don't want hate to go to the author because she's very sweet. But it just was not very good. And I was so upset. But I'm trying to decide what I'm going to read next. I don't know. I'm currently reading 7-Year Slip, which is actually really fucking cute. I actually really like it. I'm swapping back and forth between physical and audio. But I need to finish the Caraval series, so I may do that. But I also really want to go back to the Rena Kent universe, so I may do that. I think the next one I have is All the Lies. No, we're doing, baby. So I think I'm going to do that one and go back to her world. But yeah, so that's that. I need to sit down later and talk about all the books I read in May. But I think right now I'm going to hop off here. I need to go take some Tylenol. And then I may come back and chat with you guys a little bit more later. Good Sunday morning. I never came back yesterday and finished talking about my books and all that. So it is Sunday morning now. I am in my jammies. We are covered up and cozy. I got some house shoes on and the girls are over here chilling. I'm just in the office because Harley is still asleep. So we had to do iced coffee this morning. I did it in my new cup because I'm out of vanilla pods. I forgot to get them yesterday, so I got to do that today. But I wanted to sit down and talk to you guys about my May and June reads so far because it's
is today the 30th? Yes, today's the 30th. So I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. And then also kind of go over what like books I'm wanting to finish up throughout the summer. I don't have them set for a specific month, just summer in general. So I'm hoping like I'll probably include like I'll go into August with them. But yeah, I figured we sit down and talk about it. We already yapped about Powerless for a little bit, so I'll try to make this a little bit quicker. And I will give like brief reviews and stuff. I believe all of these I've reviewed on Goodreads, and I will link my Goodreads down below. But also, no, I gotta show you guys this shirt that I got, because I am I'm actually obsessed. But oh, before I do, so I won a series I haven't talked about a lot on here because it was one of the first ones I read, was the Ravenhood series. I am a Dom girly. I love Dom so much. And a shop that I follow, her name is Britt, she runs it with her mom. It's called the Mellow Mug. They are releasing, so I'm gonna try to get this video up today, but they are releasing a Ravenhood launch tomorrow, officially licensed. She has got some really fucking cute stuff. I will link her Instagram, I will link the shop, like her website, all of that, so you guys can go check it out. I'm like, it's not like an affiliate partner, nothing like that. I just stumbled across it and I just love her stuff. So whenever I'm going to be ordering 2 things, so whenever I get my stuff in, I will absolutely show you guys. But and this is before, I ordered this before my book ban, so don't come for me. But I got, because I didn't have physical copies, so I got a copy of Flock that is the official re-release since she went tried publishing. So, and it still has the exclusive content, like the bonus chapter and all. And I'm just so excited. I love my babies so much. I did buy a copy of One Less Rainy Day, and I don't know if that one's already officially tried publishing or if it will be, but I really like the cover and all on that one, so I wanted to go ahead and grab it. But I got this. Definitely want to use them for pictures, like that's definitely part of it, but I finally wanted to get these because I want to do a reread too. I love them. But anyways, enough of that. Let me get my Goodreads pulled up. So I just opened my iPad. And Amber texted me and she goes, Jared called me a pumpkin slut. Like, he's not wrong, and honestly, that's exactly how we are. We are in fact pumpkin whores. We are pumpkin, we love fall. Love it so much. Anyways, let me get my fucking Goodreads pulled up. Man, don't I have it downloaded on here? Well, I guess I did. Okay, so I'm going to be looking at this because I've got my Goodreads open, and I will link it down below if you ever want to see what I rate stuff or look at. And I said this earlier, but please keep in mind, now when I'm reading arcs, it's a little bit differently because I know that those authors need maybe like the feedback. If they do ask for it, I'm never going to give unsolicited feedback for an arc, but I want people to know like what they're going into, but I'm still also reading for me. Like, I'm not going to accept or apply for an arc if it's not gonna be something that I'm gonna like, you know, but more convenient. Anyways, I read 10 books in May. 2 of them were physical copies, which this one was the Legendary series. Not the Legendary series, the second in the Caraval series. Did not even realize this was young adult when I went into it. I freaking loved this. I thought the story was written really well. I thought the magic system was really good. It was not too confusing like some fantasy books can be. I overall loved it. I think the cover is absolutely gorgeous. Like the inside, like it's very pretty. There's a very pretty map in the beginning of it too. And I think it changes with each book because each thing is in a different location. So this is what this one looks like. But I really loved it. I haven't made it to finale yet because I didn't want it to end. But I may include that because I really also want to get to the is it called the Once Upon a Broken Heart series? It's like the next series that's somehow intertwined into this, which I did not know that. But if you want a like good fantasy book to start out with, I would highly recommend the Carval series. It was really good. There is no spice in it, so if you're somebody who doesn't like that, then it's perfect for you. If you do like spice, nothing wrong with that. I absolutely love books with spice, but if you want a fantasy book that is just good beginner entry level, then I would highly recommend this series. And it's actually really entertaining, and there were twists that were in it that I did not see coming. So, which that doesn't say much because I'm not exactly very bright sometimes, so I don't ever see twists coming, but you know, to each their own. Anyways, the second physical book I read in May was Swift and Saddled. First off, if Lila Sage is going to write it, I'm going to read it. And men written by Lila Sage are chef's kiss. I actually really adored this book. The main character, Ada, actually really reminded me a lot of my friend Amber. Not like down to the T, but just some of the elements of it, which made me just love her even more. So it felt like I was kind of like there was a part of somebody with me reading this, which I really like when you can connect with characters that way, whether you see yourself or if it's like a father figure and you see your parents or whatever the case is. So I really like this one. It definitely was like, I love that it was like, you don't need a man. If you fall in love, it's okay, but like you don't need one. Like you don't have to center yourself around it. Like it was very good. And he never treated her like she was some helpless little girl, nothing like that. And I love that. I cannot wait for Lost and Lasted to come out. I need to check the release date. I think it's like November. So cannot wait for that. That is definitely going to be on my fall reads, and I need to pre-order it actually. But anyways, really loved it. I want to say, what did I rate these? I rated these both 5 stars. They were really good. I felt like this one was even better than Done and Dusted. I do feel like the spice in this one was not, there was less in this than Done and Dusted, but I feel like it makes sense because they are strangers to friends to lovers. But I recommend it. Highly recommend. Again, with my ratings, I read for vibes. So these may not have been good to somebody else, but that's okay. Continuing on. Let's see. Okay. So another one, now everything else that I read in May was all on my Kindle, so I'm going to be looking at my Goodreads so I can tell you guys what I read. And I will put the images in whatever corner I have available. But the next one I read was Soul of a Witch by Harley LaRue. I can't talk this morning. I'm so sorry. It is the third book in the Souls trilogy by her, which is a paranormal romance. I think I talked about this one before. I was a little iffy going into it because I'm like, I'm reading the same story from 3 different POVs, but it was actually really fucking good. I gave that one 5 stars too, because like the story, it's not really the same story. Like you do get parts of the same story, like things that happen from the first book in the next 2. But it's, I don't know. If you like the paranormal romance or you want to give it a shot, I recommend it. I feel like it is very spicy, but the plot's actually really good. 10 out of 10. I loved her. I also have read The Dare by her. And then I have The Losers Duet on my Kindle, but I haven't made it to that yet, so I need to get to that. The next one I did, and I think I did this one on audiobook, was Ward D by Frida McFadden. Listen, if you've not read a Frida McFadden thriller book, I highly recommend it. They are a perfect palate cleanser or in between if you need a break like from heavy fantasy or dark or whatever the case is. They're perfect. They're not super long reads. I think they're 3 to 4 hours just depending. I think the longest ones were like The Inmate and maybe One by One. I don't remember though. But Ward D was really good. Did not see the twist that happened at the ending. Oh my God. Like it's probably up there in some of my top favorites from her. It's so hard to pick a favorite. It really is. I don't know. I love them all. But if you've not read one by her, I highly recommend doing that.
One of the next ones I read, I started the Royal Elite series by Rena Kent. I jumped into her world, her universe. I've already read the Legacy of God series, so I've already read the kids' books, but I'm going back and reading the parents, and I'll probably reread through the kids. Just to kind of like tie it all together. But I read Cruel King. I actually didn't rate them, I don't think, because I was so deep into it. But I actually really liked it. I felt that the story moved at a pretty good pace. I felt like the characters, like, you felt like you get explanations on them, like you get growth and all that, and I thought that was really good. It was probably, like, thinking back, probably like a 4-star read. I think there were some plot points that could have been done a little bit better, but otherwise it was still a really fucking good read, and I would reread it. So, and then let me see. Oh, I got an arc of, it's called What It Was by Grace. I don't know if you say her last name is Rain or Rianne. It was really good. I gave it 4 stars. It's out now. I really loved Griffin, who was the main male, and then the female, her name is McKenna or Kenna, and I really did like them. It definitely shows you both sides of coping with grief and losing a loved one, which I thought was really, really interesting because you don't necessarily always see that. So I really like that. I do think that there were some parts in the writing that could have been a little bit better, but overall, for a debut novel, it wasn't bad. It really wasn't. I thought the little bit of spice that did happen in it, because there was not much, it was done well. And overall I liked it, and I'll be interested to see what her next ones look like, because I think she'll only get better. So I'm very excited. Now, I did read the Never King series. I'm on the last one. I haven't finished it, and I need to, but I did dive into the Rena King universe and just haven't gone back. But I read Never King, Dark One, and Vicious Darling. Loved them all. They are very, very quick reads, and they are a dark Peter Pan retelling. So if you like that kind of stuff, I do highly recommend it. It is a why choose, so do keep that in mind, because I know that that is not for everybody, but I really liked it. Maybe I'm a little fucked up. I don't know. But anyways, moving on, so that way we kind of keep this short. I read last book I read in May was the first book of the Housemaid series. Oh my God. That series, I read them all now, and I'll talk about it more, but it was so good. It was so good. I never once saw anything coming, ever. I never, ever saw the twist happening. Even Amber, who she can usually kind of figure some things like this out, she would be like, I thought I knew it and I was wrong. And I'm like, well, shit. So again, if you have not read a Frida McFadden thriller, please fucking do so. They are so good. So good. Right after that, going into June, I read the second Housemaid book, which was really good. And like, dude, that one, I still think about them sometimes, like all in all, like all 3 of them. They were just, it was so good. So good. Anyways, all of the next books that I read were from the Royal Elite series. So we've got Deviant King, Still Princess, Twisted Kingdom, Black Knight, Vicious Prince, Ruthless Empires, and then Rule of the Kingdom and Reign of a King. And then Rise of a Queen and Royal Elite Epilogue. I love them all. I really did. They're all based on the parents, different stories or whatever. I didn't rate them either, because as soon as I got next, like I just was going through them. They're not long reads at all, so I really liked them. I feel like they're very good beginner, like darkish, bully type romances. Like, they're very good. They're not too on the heavy. So they're kind of good to like dip your toes in with, if you like that kind of stuff. I know that it's not for everybody, so, Oh man, also, I did read this in May. I thought so. So I actually technically read it on my Kindle, but it wasn't, because it was an ARC, and then I won a giveaway and got a signed physical copy. I love this,
But I read Worth the Risk in May. I knew I did. I don't know why my Goodreads is acting up. Hold on. We're going to do date read. It got fucked up. My bad, guys. I'm pretty sure I told you these all out of order. Because I actually read the Never King series in May. I just can't read. I'm like Fair, I'm illiterate. I think that was the only thing that I messed up, was the Never King series was in May, I think. Oh well. We're just gonna go with it. We're gonna rock and roll. Anyways, I read Worth the Risk as an arc in May. Oh my god, I loved it. It was no spice, I think. Anyways, I don't remember, but it's like a small town second chance type romance, and it was so cute. It definitely is very like Hallmark style, but I loved it. It was B Borges. I always say her name wrong and I always feel so bad. She is literally one of the most precious humans ever. I chat with her sometimes on Instagram and I absolutely adore her. But anyways, as it being her debut novel, I thought the writing was actually really, really good. I know sometimes when you're writing your first book, it can kind of be all over the place because you're learning your writing style, you're figuring out how to do things. But hers was really well. I gave it 5 stars because I loved, first off, I don't know if you guys can see this on the top here, but it says A Silver Thorn is for Lovers novel, which is like a play on, I think it's like Ohio is for Lovers. I forget the name of the song right now because I'm tired, but I loved that. But the way she describes the town and the way you get introduced to these characters, I thought it was done really, really well. So I'm excited to see. I really like that the main girl, so she struggles with like anxiety, and the way that it's portrayed is not like it was forced, and that it's like somebody was writing it who doesn't know how to deal with it. Like, it was done really well, and I really, really like that. Okay, next. Oh, I read The God of War. So I got done with The Royal Elite, and then God of War came out, and I read that. And it is Eli and Ava's story. It was really good. There, like, shit happened in that I would have never put that. I don't even remember her talking about it in the other kids' books. So, like, whenever I reread it, I'm going to look for clues. But I was like, holy fucking shit. Like, it was so good. So good. I'm telling y'all, like, if you've not read anything by Ren and Kent, please do so. They're amazing. Like, it's all interconnected and it's very interesting. So, after that, I read, let me go and sit this down. I don't think I need this anymore. After that, I read Leather and Lark. It was so good. I actually hop back and forth between the physical and the audio. If you like audiobooks, please read it with the audiobook. Oh my god. The narrators had, literally from like the very beginning, had me absolutely cackling. And plus the main male has an Irish accent. So, just saying. But it was so fucking good. When I did Butcher and Blackbird, I just read it on the Kindle. I did get a physical copy, but this one I read it, I swapped back and forth, but it was so good. And then the bonus chapter, if you've read it, if you know, you know, it just had me, oh, Lark is a badass. That's all I'm gonna say. She is mommy. So highly recommend this one. I gave it 5 stars because it had me hooked from the beginning. It had me laughing and cackling and in suspense and wanting to know, and just good vibes all around. So I really liked it. The only other thing that I read, we already talked about Powerless, and I'm not going to delve back into that again, but I only got 3 stars because of Kai, and you can go look at my review on Goodreads if you want. And then I read the last Housemaids book that came out, The Housemaid is Watching. I gave that one 5 stars as well. And I literally said in my review, I was like, if Frida McFadden has no fans, then I'm dead. Because it was so good. It may be my favorite out of the 3. Maybe. I don't know. It's hard to pick, but I'm telling you guys, I never see her twist coming, ever. Also, look at my stickers. Are they not so cute? I need to switch them out, I think. I want to. But anyways, I think Dust has gotten into that. Yeah, I'm going to have to switch these out. Anyways, I absolutely loved it. And that was everything that I read. I'm currently reading The 7-Year Slip by, who is Ashley Poston. I know I've seen some other people talk about her books. I think it's The Dead Romantics, something like that. But I really like this so far. I think it's very cute. It starts a little slow. Yeah, Dead Romantics, there we go. It starts out a little slow, but once it picks up, it's good. It's really cute. I've also been hopping back and forth between the physical and the audio. I actually need to update my place in the physical because the last couple chapters I've been on audio, but I really like it. The narrators are really, really good. Well, narrator, it's just one POV, but I really like it. It was really, really good. So I will update you guys next video on how I like this one. And then as far as it goes for summer reads is what we're looking at. So it's not too many. I thought about giving Happy Place another try to see how I like it, but I don't know. But we have got, yeah, Mixed Signals by B.K. Borison. I have read the first 2 books from her, which is Love Like Farms and In the Weeds. Fucking love them both. I think In the Weeds was even better than the first one, which I know books can only get, so good. So I'm excited for this one. And then we have got Beach Read by Emily Henry. I've heard that this is her best one. We'll see. Happy Place was so hyped and I was so let down. It just was not good to me. But I told Amber, I was like knee deep in ACOTAR and Throne of Glass. So maybe I just wasn't in the right headspace for it. Maybe I wasn't, I don't know. So I do want to give it another chance. I'm going to give her another chance because I know people love her. So we are going to do Beach Read. And then I also finally got The Summer I Turned Pretty. I know that they have a TV show about this, but I want to read these before I watch the show. And I have all 3 of them. So if I get through these, and I'll get to the other 2 as well, but I definitely want to read this one. And then I have got Hook, Line, and Sinker by Tessa Bailey, which is the second one to, what is it? Oh, It Happened One Summer. There we go. Could not think of the name. I loved It Happened One Summer. I love Tessa Bailey. She's another one. If she writes it, I'm going to buy it. I love her book. She's so good. And then lastly, I have got Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I've heard really, really good things about this as well, and her books in general. Now, apparently, I got a Barnes & Noble exclusive edition. Fun fact, didn't realize that. Apparently, though, there are 2 books you're supposed to read before this that I didn't. I didn't know that. So, I'm probably just gonna, I've heard that, it's okay. I was talking to my friend Maddie, we were chatting on Instagram, and she was like, you can read it. She's like, basically everybody ends up together. So you don't have to read the other 2, but it's recommended. But I am on that book buying ban, so I'm probably not going to, and they're not on KU, which is really frustrating. And I hate when publishers do that, but whatever. So I'll probably just read this one, but that is what we've got for summer. It's not too many. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books spread out between 2 months. So I think we can do it. I'm really excited about it, about summer, summer reads or whatever. I'm not going to be buying any books new soon. I kind of mentioned it, but yeah, I'm going on a book ban because I just want to buy a bunch of books for my birthday, so I'm saving for that. So I'm really excited. I do need to show you guys this shirt though. Whenever I stand up, it's my absolute favorite. I'm obsessed with it. It's a SJ Mass shirt. But yeah, I will link, like I said, I'm going to try to get this video up today, the day before the launch. It happens tomorrow, I think at 10 a.m. Eastern time is when she said, if I remember correctly. She has other stuff too, other really cute bookish merch and things like that. But I will link all of her stuff down below, so you guys can check it out. And I'll link my Goodreads if you ever want to see me yap about books and give updates to them, because sometimes I do that. I will do live reactions while I'm reading it, because I think I'm funny and I crack myself up. But you know what? To each their own. But thank you guys so much for sitting here and talking books with me. I love it. So yeah, I think that's all. So I'm gonna go ahead and go edit this and make some breakfast, and I will see you guys next time.